Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. This is going to be part 3 of working on the 78 Mustang II Heater Core replacement. In part 2, I was able to finally get it removed from the instrument panel area, or the firewall. Today's video is going to be replacing the heater core. I set a table up here in front of the car. I'm going to use that as a workbench. Take this thing apart. Okay. I'm ready to pull it apart now. Feels like it's coming up. Yeah. I want to drop it off the table here. Okay. Flip this over. That's where all the blended doors are. Over on this, let me put this underneath the table. Okay, heater core's over here. Let's see how it's held in. It's got a rubber piece on top of it. I'm sure I'm going to need to transfer all these to the new one. Get this off without wrecking it. Okay. It has rubber end seals. Oh, there we go, nice drippage. It was definitely leaking. Making a mess. I'm good at making messes. So, get this out of here. How about I let it drip into the wastebasket instead of all end pieces on this heater core. Rubber on this side. And this side, took the one off that side. This end here, say the business end where the tubes go in. I have all the seals removed. Now I'm going to get some Dawn dish soap, water, and clean these things up good, because there's, like I said, they're saturated with coolant. I guess first I should see if I got the correct heater core. All right. It's looking like it's the correct one. Looks like same angle on the tubes, same distance, it's the same physical size. That's it, I got it. Throw that one away. Well, actually that's going to go out in the metal recycle thing, because that's got a lot of copper and brass and things in it. Next, clean up that stuff. I went in the house and I took these rubber and foam pieces and scrubbed them up in hot water and Dawn dish soap. Now they're not slime anymore. They're going to be fine. I sprayed all this down with Dawn dish soap, and then took the hose outside and hosed her down good. I gotta clean the other half. Take that outside, hose it down. Some of you may have noticed in the background here, another engine. That's a future project. It's a 302 Ford from a Mustang GT. Whole engine's there except for the oil pan. I was watching it on Facebook, and they lowered the price to $100. It was already taken apart, and that's the way I like to buy them, because you can see what's inside of it, see what you're getting. And I couldn't pass it up for $100. But that'll be a future project. It's either going to be just the engine rebuild, or going to get rebuilt and then put in my 67 Falcon. Future videos. Alright, let's get back to this. This heater core is the correct one. It will fit. Just need to put these end pieces on here. Might have to get some soap water to... No, I don't. It's going on. Okay, forget that. Don't worry, don't need the soap water. Get that on this end. This other one. Here. Like that. And it had these other flat pieces that went on each edge. It's going to fit down inside there. The flat pieces on there. I think what I'm going to do is take some glue, RTV or something, and glue these rubber ends to that heater core so they don't just fall off, because they were kind of glued when I pulled them off. Talking to the camera and it wasn't turned on. So I put some RTV silicone on the bottom side, put the foam on, shoved it down in there. Now I'm going to get a little bit on here to hold this top one on. Just has to hold it on long enough to get the heater box bolted back together. Once it's clamped together, it should be fine. Okay, that'll hold that. So now, position this so it's easier to work on. Let me grab that other part and put it on. Before I bolt this together, I want to show you something or tell you about something. Heater cores in this channel cavity area. Evaporators in that area. Now, if you look over on the side here, that's evaporator area. This is heater core area. They're not connected. So if this leaks, which it did, it's got to fill up this whole area before it goes over and out the drain tube. I know Ford didn't do it, but I did it. In between this cavity and that cavity, I drilled a 1/4-inch hole. So if this does leak, it's going to go through that hole into the cavity and out the evaporator drain hose area without filling up the box with antifreeze. All right, now I'm just going to put this thing together. That went together just fine. No issues at all. And after it was together, I went around with my calibrated wrist torque wrench, made sure that everything's at the proper torquage. There was a clip I took off, went on the back side here. Right here, you can see exactly where it was. That went on easy too. So now I just need to line up all these little fingers on these seals that go in these attachment brackets. And 2 more seals put on. These 2. One little guy went over here. And this one went looks like just like this. Yep. Just like that. That part's done. I'll oil up this motor. Put that in there and then back in the car it goes. I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see with me in the way, but I'm going to attempt to lift that instrument panel up, slide this box underneath there. Huh. Grab this. How? I guess you just don't think about it. You just do it, right? What I'm thinking about right now is putting a bunch of silicone around the opening where that drain tube goes through Firewall, so that the air conditioning doesn't leak water into the car. And I should have brought a light with me. I didn't. I mean, that rubber gasket seems very pliable and it should seal this. Just in case, I'm going to glue it up. It's got a lot of wires and cables and things that have to go around it and not get trapped when I'm putting it in there. Hey, Luke, Derek, Kevin, you grab that over there and hold that for me while I put this in. Really? You guys aren't going to come here and help me? All right, see if I keep watching your channel. Come on. No fun, folks. No fun. It's big, it's heavy, and awkward. And I don't know if I need to turn it. I'll try that. Twist it. course, you guys probably already know the next problem I'm going to have is holding it up in there once I get the studs through the hole. You know, you got to fight one fight at a time. Right now, the fight I'm losing is to get this up in there. See if I can see what's holding this whole thing in here. If I could swing this out of the way more, that'd be better. Something more like that. I'll stay there. Oh boy. All right, I gotta take a breather here. I can't be twisted up and confined like that for very. I'll be back in a few. I went and got a light for my forehead. Put a light in there. I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to try pushing from out here. No, that didn't work. Started to, but getting hung up on the left side here. Well, that was a big progress move there, folks. Now I want to make sure I'm not pinching these hoses, cables, as this goes back up in place. From what I can see, I'm okay. Now, as long as that doesn't fall on me, I can crawl under here and try to stick it up in there. Boy, that sounded like the studs went through. Let me go take a look. Do this without shaking the car. I don't want to shake the car and knock it down. And no, they didn't. Looks like it's got to go up and toward the firewall. And I want to bring a piece of wood or something there in there with me to see if I can use it to wedge it up against it to hold it in while I crawl out of the car. Okay, I got a bunch of pieces of wood. I refer to them as my building blocks. I have various sizes and they all come in handy now and then. Those got to go up and toward the firewall. All right. Now, if I can get something to wedge under here to hold that. Of course, I put the blocks right where I can't get them. There we go. Stay. Stay there. I gotta see if that did it. Yes. Okay. That was successful. That wasn't. I just dropped my 7/16 deep well socket. I'm going to get to fight with that one that's hidden behind the dipstick tube. I think what I'm going to do is before that heater box falls inside the car, I'm going to get this hard to reach one back here. If I get the nut started on there, then that'll keep the box from falling. Because it's just balanced right now with a 2x4 block. Got one up top here. Okay. That one's there. That one's got to go here. Of course, the hardest one to reach is being one of those stubborn ones that almost too hard to turn by hand. And I'm going to have to get a ratchet wrench and ratchet the whole 1.5 inches. All right. I'm going to pause you guys because I'm probably going to start swearing here. All right, those are in. Tighten them up. Minimal swearing involved. And now there's 2 3/8 headed bolts. One goes right up in here, vertically into a bracket. And then there's another bracket, and one over here. And that's going to be a reach in behind there to hold. Oh, crap. And hold a nut up in here. Find the other bolt. Nope, I got it. Never mind. I got it. That's going to be 3/8. That's 3/8. Yes, it is. Tighten this one up. Tight. Make sure that's tight. That's good. This one here. Okay. See, now what I need to do is look things over and find out if I have all the needed hoses and cables where they need to go rather than get pinched somewhere, or worse, and behind it pinched already, and it means I have to dig them out of there. But so far, so good. These things are still working all right. All right, what I'm going to do, folks, is assess all this, figure out what needs to go where as far as these cables go. I mean, I know this one goes right there. Done. This one, vacuum canister went on. Can you even see what I'm doing? Vacuum canister there goes in that bracket. Has two nuts holding it. And it had a little round push clip that went on there, and that's the clip that took a journey to Never Never Land. I'll look around for it, but I'm not going to look very long because I have other clips I can use. And after I figure that stuff out, I'm going to try to get the ducting, I'll zoom out, get the ducting back in there. You know, I got defroster duct here. I think the first thing I had to put, last thing I took off, first thing going back in is that floor heat duct, then the defroster duct, and then I got to put all the ducts in on this instrument panel, and then hopefully flop that up into position. But I'm going to contemplate all that, and I'll turn the camera on once I come up with a game plan. Yeah, I don't know how much of this you're going to be able to see, but I got to start with the floor duct, just like I was thinking I did. Got one attachment down by the floor there and one here. That one's going to go right there. This one goes back in there. 5/16. Fit up in there. Looks like it. Just gotta find the socket. There. Wrench on that. Next is going to be the defroster duct. I got that little vacuum can mounted on. Couldn't find that clip that went to Never Never Land. I should stop right here and go get one, because that will pop off. Alright, I got something that works. It's on there. Now it's the defroster duct. That goes on. It has 4 screws across the top. And like 1 screw holds it in to the box assembly. We're going to put this here. Hard to crawl around in here. Got the defroster duct screwed on. Next is going to be this center duct plenum and then the end duct. Let me pop you on time lapse. I'm going to have to take a break from that one. It's the one that had that really hard pain in the ass screw to get to with the bracket hanging down. One in that slot. It's got to go on the bracket. This part goes on this duct. That rounded part goes in there, and that square goes through, like right through here for the center vent. I can get like 3 out of 4 to work. I'm thinking the problem is right now, since I have all this dash pulled away, it's pulling on the harness and it's not letting me get that thing in there. And it's been a long day. It's New Year's Eve. I'm gonna call this the end of part 3. I was hoping I could get this dash bolted up in here in part 3, but it's just not going to happen. I don't have it in me to do it. And I did get the heater box assembly in, bolted to the firewall. Good for that. But this, no. That'll have to be in part 4. So thanks for watching Dan's Messy Garage, and have a very happy new year. Bye.